So how many people does it take to unload an 1100 Shadow?
Well, hopefully only 3.
I'm going with 3. I'm just standing here watching. Hey guys, here's what's up. We're at the camp host location. She's only been here for a few days, and she's solicited help from both one of the rangers and one of the campers to get her 2005 1100 Shadow off of her kind of makeshift trailer, actually. Let's take a closer look. So how many people does it take to unload an 1100 Shadow?
Well, hopefully only 3.
I'm going with 3. I'm just standing here watching.
I think my buddy had a 751.
Okay, you ready?
Yep, I got the bike. So.
Okay.
You still got to get this front strap undone.
Front strap.
Oh yeah. So go ahead, stop. We got the bike. We can just get the hook out and get it out of the way.
It's underneath that.
Right. Put it back. I'm not quite in the rail. And also the rails were too small.
You think the rails might be a little too small for the bike? Maybe, and maybe not properly weight rated.
You guys are gorgeous.
Hey.
Thank you.
Woohoo! Good job, guys.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for your help, man.
Yeah, I didn't do anything to...
Woo!
Let's ride.
Now Mama's got to ride. Mama's got to ride.
Hey gang, Sally here. Hope you're having an amazing and fascinating day. I know I am. I'm in yet another New Mexico State Park campground, and what's really cool is I'm traveling with a friend. So our 2 rigs and 2 other campers. That's all that's here, and one of those campers is leaving today, so pretty cool. I want to give you guys kind of a quick update on a couple of different things. First of all, my internet situation, what I know about T-Mobile home internet at this point, and just a little general what's going on. So what's going on? You tell me. So first of all, we're in a site with hookups for the first time, in quite some time. And we did it because it's going to be kind of bloody hot for a few days. So it is pretty nice to have electricity. There's Henry behind me. I'm sitting under a shade ramada in the shade because it is already pretty warm out today. But since I hardly ever manage to film this stuff outside, I thought I'd take advantage of it while I could. Kit and I have been enjoying lots of lovely hikes around, so if you're watching some of the shorts or reels on Instagram and YouTube, you're probably seeing some of that. And I'm really enjoying my time in New Mexico. I think it was a really good decision for this summer. So my plan is I'm spending the whole summer in New Mexico, visiting various state parks and other attractions and so forth, and just, you know, really enjoying my time. In my last video, I talked about all of the time that I'd spent on, well, I talked in part about all the time I had spent on the phone with T-Mobile, and that we were able to arrange to get a modem shipped out to me to replace the one that was apparently failed. And I say apparently, you'll understand why in a minute, in an overnight package. And then, really cool, I was able to get the drugstore. I called the drugstore in Fort Sumner, which was near where I was staying at that point, and they graciously agreed to accept my package for me. And then when I went to pick it up, I had a lovely chat with the owner. Just really, really nice people. So very grateful for that. That was Addison Drug in Fort Sumner. It's the only drugstore there. So if you need anything that you might find in a drugstore, go check it out. But they also have a very cool old-fashioned soda fountain counter. And I got a homemade milkshake there, probably a 16-ounce milkshake for $3. So that was very cool. And I figured it was the least I could do was to, you know, purchase something to thank them for accepting my package for me. So got the package, got back to my rig, and plugged it in, did the setup, and still had the same epic fail that I had had previously. All right, so it's time to call T-Mobile again. So I'd already spent an hour on the phone with T-Mobile customer service. I think that was on Tuesday of that week. And then on Wednesday, I spent an hour on the phone with their tech support because that was when my modem epically failed. And then on Thursday, I spent almost an hour on the phone with my account exec arranging for getting the replacement. So I'm 3 hours in on T-Mobile. And now here I am on Saturday afternoon, and I can't get the thing working. So I called T-Mobile again, and I spent I don't know how long on the phone with a customer care guy. He kept checking different things. He couldn't find any solution. He finally got me a tech support guy, and the tech support guy and I went through every possible permutation of old card, new router, new card, old router, new card, new router, old card, old router, and he couldn't figure out any reason why this wasn't working. And of course, all of this takes a while because they're activating and deactivating each of the SIM cards every time we do this. I have to do a multi-minute reboot for each one. We tried factory resets again. I mean, we tried everything. 2 hours and 45 minutes into this call, I finally said, hey, wait a minute. When I called in last week and I spent an hour on the phone with customer service complaining about my bill having changed from $50 to $60, when they previously replaced my router in February, because it failed, different router than the one that I had currently, and the customer rep first kept insisting they couldn't do anything about giving me back my $50 bill or plan, because that wasn't available. And they claimed that I had changed my plan, which I had not. I said, no, you changed my plan. You can fix this, figure out how to do it. So finally, that customer service rep said, oh, okay, I've got you back at $50. All right, fine. And that was when my router failed. I didn't notice it immediately, but that evening I had difficulty connecting to my smart TV. But it did finally connect. But the next morning I had nothing. So I think it just took some time for it to get through their system to actually deactivate my service. And so I explained all of that to the tech that I was talking to on Saturday afternoon. And he said, let me take a closer look at your account and see what I can figure out. And finally he said, yeah, you're on a non-functional plan. They put you back on the plan that you were on originally, but not as if you were grandfathered into it, apparently. So we ended up having to get a customer service rep on the line who flipped the correct switch, says I'm still being billed at 50 bucks an hour, or sorry, at 50 bucks a month, and that everything should be fine from here on out. So since that time, and it's been, this is now Tuesday, I'm actually going to publish this in almost real time. Since that time, my router has been working perfectly correctly. Yay! My account exec, I talked to my account exec on Monday, and she verified that I am really being billed at 50 bucks a month, so yay! And we had a long discussion about all the stuff that's going around the internet right now about T-Mobile's new Home Internet Plus plan and their Away plan. So there have been a couple of videos that I have seen about the fact that people who are using T-Mobile internet on the road are going to lose the ability to be able to do that, and instead they're going to have to buy T-Mobile's Away plan, which is $160 a month. So I finally went, in the course of all of this over the weekend, and I looked up everything I could find about the Away plan. And the first thing that occurred to me is that it is being touted on the same page with the T-Mobile Home Internet Plus plan. And I think the only difference with the Plus plan from the regular plan is that they give you mesh access points or something in addition to the router modem. And it's like $70 a month instead of 50 or 60, whatever it is. But the Away plan is designed for people who are traveling frequently, like RVers, and it's $160 a month. And I'm having this discussion, this frank discussion with my account exec on Monday, and you may be saying, oh wait, why do you have an account exec? Because I'm not on a home plan, I'm on a business plan. Same price. Really glad I took out a business plan instead of a home plan though. My account exec is 100% sure at this point, and I'm about 99% sure, that my plan will not be affected, because this has been sold as a business plan to help people with mobile businesses, like food trucks, for example. And first of all, my account exec said that she had not seen any kind of notification about any kind of changes to the existing plan coming across, her desk at all. And if it was really going to happen on May 8th, then surely we would have been notified by now. In fact, T-Mobile's terms and conditions say you get at least 14 days notice before any change to your plan. So, I think I'm gonna be fine. For those of you that are using T-Mobile home internet and are concerned about this upcoming change, you might want to look into business internet if you can find any way to be able to justify being a business. And, oh, by the way, if you've got a YouTube channel and you're publishing regularly, you can certainly call it a business. I have other businesses as well, but yeah. And in discussing it with my account exec, so one of the things that I noticed in the press release is that the away plan becomes available on May 8th. Now, there have been a lot of rumor mongers out on the internet that are saying that your home plan, if you're roaming around the country, is going to be cut off and you'll have to get the away plan on May 8th. My account exec and I don't really think that's true. We don't think it would be in T-Mobile's best interest to take that kind of attitude toward it. And what seems most likely is those people who are using it outside of the terms will get like 60 days or so to make the change. But what would probably be even smarter if T-Mobile decided to do this would be to just grandfather all the people that are on that plan, because I'm having difficulty imagining people paying $160 for T-Mobile when they could be paying $150 for Starlink. But what do I know about that? So, anyway, that's what's going on. I just thought I'd share what I had found out about it, which is apparently different than everybody's out on YouTube trying to get clickbait out of it is talking about. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be fine. And I really hope that's true, because I certainly enjoy my T-Mobile internet and the price that I'm paying for it. So I'm curious, if you're traveling a lot, what do you do for internet? Let me know in the comments down below. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. And, if you haven't already, why not consider subscribing? Doesn't cost you anything, helps out the channel a lot. Alrighty, as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.